Episode 6, The Spirit That Remained, the final episode. The forest did not celebrate its silence. After the lights faded and the calabash lay broken, the world felt hollow. No whispers, no echoes, just the sound of Kemi's breathing and the slow return of birds at dawn. Ejiro helped her sit up among the shattered stones of the shrine. "It is over," he said, almost afraid to believe it. Kemi did not answer. She was staring at the broken calabash. One half lay empty, the other was not. A shadow clung to it, thin, trembling, barely there, not rolling, not glowing. Watching, Ejiro felt the chill crawl up his spine. "No," he whispered. "That is impossible." The shadow lifted its head and spoke, not aloud, inside Kemi. "You broke the vessel, but not the hunger." Kemi flinched, clutching her chest. Ejiro moved towards her. "Kemi," she raised a hand, stopping him. "I hear it," she said quietly. The shadow rose higher, forming a fragile shape, almost human, almost gentle. "You won't. You won," it said. "The others are gone." Kemi's voice shook. "Then leave." The spirit tilted its head. "Curious, why would I? I am the last story left." The forest leaned closer. "You think we caused you," the spirit continued, "but you came willingly. You listened, you desired." Kemi swallowed. "I wanted my voice to matter." The spirit softened, and it still can. Images filled her mind, crowd applause, her name spoken across generations. Stories stored forever. "No calabash," the spirit whispered. "No blood, just me and you." Ejiro saw tears slide down her face. "Kemi," he said urgently, "don't." She turned to him. "I know." She faced the spirit again. "You said I would replace you," she said, "that my voice would remain when I was gone." "Yes," she nodded slowly. "And that is the lie," the spirit required. "I don't want to be remembered if it costs myself," she said. "Stories are meant to be told, not stolen." The forest stilled. "You fed on forgotten names," she continued, "but I choose to live. Even if I fade," the spirit voice trembled, "without you, I disappear." Kemi stepped closer. "Then rest." She reached out, not with power, not with magic, but with calm. The spirit looked at her for a long moment, then smiled, not cruel, not triumphant, tired. "Perhaps this is how stories should end." The shadow thinned, dissolving into the morning light until nothing remained but dust and silence. Through silence, Kemi collapsed into Ejiro's arms. "It is gone," he said, breathless. She nodded weakly. "Do you know who you are?" he asked, fear returning. She closed her eyes, then opened them. "I am Kemi," she said, "and my voice is mine." Weeks later, the village gathered again, not because of magic, but because Kemi chose to speak. Her voice was softer now, human, imperfect, and real. The elders listened, the children leaned closer, and though no calabash glowed, the stories lived. Far away, deep in the forest, the broken shrine crumbled into earth. The world moved on, and some stories finally were allowed to rest. The end of the season of the Cursed Calabash. Remember, some stories shout to be remembered, some whisper, fading into silence, and some live quietly in the hearts of those who choose to listen. Kemi's voice was once borrowed by power, once tempted by the promise of immortality, but she chose herself, and in that choice she gave the stories freedom and herself peace. Not every voice must echo forever, but every voice deserves to be heard at least once. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the subscribe buttons for more interesting stories. Bye. See you in the next story.